A city under siege. Its inhabitants turned to mindless thralls by the hexing. A powerful lich has risen from the ancient catacombs beneath a forsaken orphanage, and a bloodline of evil returns to the city of Nyx to claim what is rightfully theirs. What other evils lie beneath the orphanage? And what has happened to the children of the Ark? That is for your party to find out. Hey everyone, Paul here, and I'll be your DM for a while. If you're brand new here to the channel, appreciate you checking it out. Welcome in. And if you're a regular, as always, I appreciate your time and your attention. This little trailer you just saw is what I created in my last video for my horror hex crawl that I'm creating, and I'll put a link up here and at the end of the video if you want to watch that video and watch how I created this encounter, location, adventure that you'll be able to do with your players in my upcoming issue of Crit Happens number 6, The Corrupted. And like I said, if you're new and you have no idea what all this is about, I'll put a video at the end as well so you can say, Paul, where's this world coming from? Just something I've been cooking up for a little while. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be rolling up which one of my factions will be world building around this time. So let's not waste any more time. Let's head over to the table and let's make some cool places to go adventuring. All right, everybody, welcome to the table. Let me begin with a little recap, especially for those of you who are brand new to the channel and maybe not understand some of the terminology I'm using. This here is a hex flower. Now, I didn't create this hex flower. This is something that somebody else created, but I'm using it as a template to build this horror hex crawl because, quite frankly, it's just simpler for me to deal with a section than looking at a large map and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. So I'm dialed in on just this little hex flower. Now, each one of these hexes is 6 miles, and inside each of these hexes will be what I call a dominating force. They're not the big boss. They're just ruling over that 6-mile radius. Look at it this way. This here in the center would be the dominating power. That means they rule over these other hexes. So in this case, the corrupted will rule over as a dominating power, meaning there'd be more liches, more corrupted, more undead monsters, etc. So this would be kind of like the Mafia Dawn, and these would be kind of like the horror mafia families that serve that dawn. So here we have the corrupted in the center, and we can easily replace this with the fiends, which is basically hell breaking open because of the hexing that has happened. The witches of the blackened earth tried to hex, didn't work out very well, and corrupted everything basically. And so everything is bad and getting worse. So in this case, the fiends would be the dominating power, and the corrupted would be a dominating force. They have control over their little 6 miles, but the fiends would have control over all of these. And of course, each of these little parts may be trying to plot against the fiends, working with the fiends, trying to get their power, and so forth. And what your players would do is just, hey, look, you're going to be in this area and you're going to be involved in solving mysteries, going on adventures, finding artifacts, working with these factions, maybe working against these factions, or maybe you're just in there to go ahead and get treasure and just kill everything, which is also perfectly fine. I'll be using these deck of world cards to build an encounter, a location. I'll be writing that up and then putting that into my next zine. I already have one for the corrupted, which will be issue number 6. Fiends will probably be number 7. And then what I roll tonight will probably be number 8. So let me go and show you real quick. I'll be using, like I said, the deck of worlds to build this and stack these cards together as we go in order. And I'll be using particularly the Worlds of Blight and Shadow, which is a horror expansion to the Deck of Worlds core set. So let me go ahead and show you in the issue here, which is the Hex Crawl of Horror, which gives you all the basics on how to build your own. You see, each one of these hex flowers is a territory, and if you put them all together, I call them a hex door. So in this case, the dominating force of this hex flower is the spirit world. This here is the corrupted, and this here are the fiends. And maybe these dominating forces are working together, maybe they're working apart, maybe they're doing both, but either way, they're trying to keep and control their power. Now, over here, where we're going to do the rolling, you have some tables and charts here. So we have locations, and we have encounters. So these are the 12 different factions that I have that are a part of this Hex Crawl of Horror. And so we're going to go ahead and roll and see what we'll be working on tonight. So let's go ahead and roll the dice. A 7. So we have survivors. Oh, that's great. These survivors are just people they've formed these groups, kind of like if you look at The Walking Dead and you had these encampments of people who are banded together to survive, to gain resources, to fight against these factions, and maybe try to overcome and try to become a dominating power, try to right the world after the hexing. Maybe the survivors can be in control and be a dominating power, but they certainly can be a dominating force inside of a hex. And if they're not a dominating force, they're still going to be a part of that hex trying to gain that dominating spot. All right, so let's go ahead and build a survivor encounter location. Okay, so let's go ahead and start building our new survivor location encounter adventure. And we're going to start with, the woods. Okay, that's a good place to put your survivor group. Lots of cover there. And then we're going to go ahead and put a landmark card. Let's see what we have for landmark. Okay, village or lake. I'm going to go with village, maybe with a lake in the middle. So I think it's going to be both. So they're going to have a village that they're going to have to protect. And I can always change this if I want to. If I want to make it just like it's like a little village on a little island in the middle of a lake, we could do that too. But right now, we're going to have a little village they can protect. And depending on the size of the village, depends, how many people they have, what kind of resources they have, what kind of army they may have, and we can decide that later. So right now we have our region, which is the woods, and a little village in the woods. Let's go to the namesake card. What is the name of this village, or the woods maybe? Or the name of the survivors themselves, the survivor group of Silent Mouths. Okay, that's not bad. Of Chains. Okay, that's not terrible either. The Cracking. Okay, I kind of feel that a little bit. Of the Returned. Now, I kind of like that. We are the village of the returned. They are the returned. They are the ones who have returned. The rest have fled. They came back to protect their home, their village. So they are the returned, the village of the returned. That's the name of the survivor group, the returned. They are protecting and guarding their village. That is their base camp, and they are located in the woods. We don't have a name for the woods yet, but that's okay. We'll get there. All right, let's go ahead and get an origin card here and see if we can't find an origin to this village or the woods, maybe. We have origin of a dead religion, founded by cultists, site of a great shattering, a former dump. I kind of like this for the woods. Maybe the shattering woods, something has happened there that the hexing did, or maybe it happened before the hexing and it was called the shattering woods. But I kind of like that the village maybe is built upon a former dump, and maybe there were some dead bodies in there that kind of found their way out during the hexing time. But I like the former dump, that the village is built upon a former dump, which means all kinds of things could be buried there. The village itself maybe is basically they have a bad name for themselves because they were built upon a dump. Maybe they were called the dump people or the dumpsters. they were called the dumpsters. That's what the people were called. Really kind of a ragtag bunch of people called the dumpsters, and that was the name they got. All right, let's move on. Let's get over here to the attribute cards. The dump is known for bodily mutilation, or maybe the woods, right? These are things that could describe a lot of different things here. Known for inducing visions. Maybe that's what the shattering's about. Maybe the shattering is about visions. Let's see what we have here. Known for noxious gases. Well, now that fits in with the dump for sure. Something is happening in this dump that's known for noxious gases. People have been dumping some weird things there. And last but not least, we have frequent street violence. I think we got to go. We got a known for noxious gases, right? The dump, the former dump, was known for these noxious gases. And maybe the woods, the shattering woods, have to do with visions. We'll play off of that. And the last thing we have is the Advent card. And like I said, we already know that the advent of why this happened is because of the hexing, but we can find out maybe some things about the woods. Something is wrong with the mirrors. Something emerges, horrifying visions or reflections behaving strangely. Oh, that kind of plays into this with the visions, right? The shattering. Maybe this is something where people took their mirrors. Something happened out here where things started to come out of the mirrors, and they went into the woods to shatter all these mirrors that were put up. And maybe all the mirrors are not shattered. I like that idea. We may go with that. But let's read the other one. A cult is about to wake something from an ancient slumber. Now, those could go together. Maybe there's a cult living in these woods, and they worship whatever's coming out of those mirrors. Maybe a cult was formed around the mirror, around the reflections, and they would pray and worship these mirrors, hoping something would come from the other side. So it's a cult of mirrors that lives in the shattering woods. So there we go. Now we have two factions for the price of one. We have a cult that lives in the shattering woods, and then we have a survivor group here in the dump, and they will be the dominating force inside one of those 6 miles. And so they're always having issues with this cult out here, and maybe monsters that are coming out of those mirrors. And the party might have to go into those woods and shatter the rest of the mirrors to stop the monsters from coming through. But that's what I think. That's what I've created here. You tell me what you think. Put your comments down below. What would you do here in the Shattering Woods? What would be a good name for that cult of mirrors? And what would you call the people who live in the former dump? Are they the dumpsters? If you have a better suggestion, leave me a comment down below. And don't forget, I put up the other videos here, so if you'd like to see me explain the Hex Crawl of Horrors and all that's in here, I'll put a video here somewhere. And then over here, I'll probably put a video of where I created the Corrupted location and encounter. But that's it for now, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you being here. If you like videos like this, go ahead and click the thumbs up button. That tells me you like the video and you want more of them. And don't forget, if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button. You'll get videos like this in your inbox on a regular basis. All the links to my zines will be down below. Check them out. That's it for today, and we'll catch you all in the next video.